All right, guys. Fula coming to you with another commentary. This video was actually, given to my attention. Granted, I really don't. I don't. I do watch Kevin Samuels. Don't get it twisted. I do watch Kevin Samuels. I rock with him. I I'm I I'm down. You know what I mean? I'm down with the cause. That he has going on. However, I don't watch him all the time, you know what I mean? But this was brought to my attention, and I guess someone said this is like cold red, you know what I mean? And so what I'm gonna get into is I want to just see how cold red are we talking, but let's get into it.
Good.
Hold on just a minute.
Are you on YouTube or something?
No, I'm on my laptop.
Okay. Well, let's just focus on our account. How old are you?
I'm 27.
All right. So what question do you have or comment?
Well, my comment is, if you're saying, the danger zone and to get a high value man at this time, how could I juggle it with getting a high value man back that I felt like I lost because I wasn't in therapy. I wasn't.
Okay.
Well, therapy had nothing to do with it. It really had to do with the fact that she wanted right then and there, right then and now. The thing is that when it comes to like a guy who's on a mission, when it comes to a guy who's actually striving his best, like striving to make something real happen, you know what I mean? Striving to actually knock down the floodgates and make something happen in his life. These women are very impatient, and these women want everything now, 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 now. And so I'm of just the opinion that basically she wanted everything at one time, and he was building up to, get to that level where he could, give her the things that she wanted. You know what I mean? I think that's basically what it really comes down to with her. That's just my guess.
I wasn't ready, and he called it out. He said I needed to get therapy, and I really want him.
Okay. You know what? I am glad you asked this question. How to fix it? Okay. Well, first off, you've already done step one, acknowledging that there's a problem.
Well, the thing is, Kevin Samuels, as you see, and this just goes into the face of all these wicked witches of the West who think that he's mean and this, that, and the other. He only returns energy that's given to him. That's what I notice about him. I notice that the energy that is given to him, he just returns back. Point blank, period. It has nothing to do with woman or, what color the woman is. It's just that if you talk to, and that's just a golden rule. Like I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to be patient, but if someone gives me the energy, if someone gives me bad energy, I'm gonna return it. Be it man or woman. You know what I mean? I'm gonna return that energy to you. So don't give me no bad energy, and we won't have no problems. That's just it.
Acknowledging that you found somebody that could be in the area, and let's just say it nicely, you might have screwed it up. Right?
Yeah.
How to get it back? Well, is the person still single and available?
Yes.
Approximately how long ago did you guys end your interaction?
A year ago, but he doesn't live in the same state as me.
Okay. A year ago? All right. And he ended it by saying, it was ended. He said that you need to get your stuff together.
Well, the good news is for this guy is that he ended it. I'm gonna tell you something. It's probably better as a guy, if you see the red flags, you should end it first. You should not even hesitate. I know a part of us wants to be like having someone. A part of us wants to have that like comfort and stuff like that. A part of us wants to have that. There's a certain part of us that wants that to be done, right? But if you know it's not possible, it's better for you to end it first. I'll give you a story, real quick story. There was this girl, and I made this mistake. There was a girl I was like serious about. Like I wanted to like, build, have something going. Really have something going for us and things like that. I was even prepared to help her get into shape and everything like that. I was prepared to do all of that. I was like really invested. And then when I gave her a gift, that was the mistake I made. And then after she got that gift, her true colors came out. And so once her true colors came out, I cut her off completely. And now, fast forward, she's trying to like talk to me again, and she'd be leaving little comments on my IG and stuff like that. Now she wants to talk again, but I just ignore her. I ignore her completely. I don't talk to her. I'm gonna continue to ignore her because in my world she doesn't exist in my world anymore. She showed her true colors. You got your gift, but then all of a sudden, like you switched up on me. So I just say, you know what, peace. Allah rewards you. Allah give you what you were seeking for. So it's just better if sometimes you just end it first.
Yeah, he said literally, I need to get therapy.
Have you done that?
Yes, I've been in therapy from that time. So yes,
all right.
I'm all still right. in therapy.
All right. And have you learned anything in therapy that would have made a difference in the relationship you had?
Yes, that I have to go from what I see right now. I can't go off of what I've done in the past, and I shouldn't bring it up because he doesn't know about that either. And it was always, I felt like I was giving him too much information where he would be, it's like, I don't care. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing with these women, with the Wicked Witch of the West. When they actually meet a guy who is solid, when they meet a guy who wants stability, when they meet a guy who is not just Pookie, Ray, Terrell, or Chad, they don't know what to do with themselves. They have to keep on reliving the past things that they, were dealing with before, were dealing with other guys before. So they don't know how to settle down. That's the thing. Like with these women, psychologically, they really don't know how to settle down once they've been like, through it over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? So like a guy who may not care, he may be like, okay, let's just start a new slate and let's just keep it moving. He may think that, but the problem is that she's not used to that. And because she's like just like reliving it over and over again, she there's no desire for peace. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it comes down to when it comes to these women, you know.
And I was like thinking he was mean, but I should never brought those things up because it didn't matter.
Okay,
And he didn't do anything to me.
Hold on. Making men in your present pay for mistakes of your past equals no future. That's what she's saying. Number one. Number two, when men are ready to move forward, they really don't care about all that stuff. They just want to know, is it a problem? So,
Well, that's the thing. Like, and this is why you like. It's better not to mess with single mothers, and it's better not to mess with women who've had the cock carousel so many times, because while you may not look at it as a problem and things like that, it's gonna be a problem. You know, all that baggage is gonna be a problem. You know what I mean? It's just a rule of thumb. You know what I mean? Again, we're wired different from women, so it's different for us. You know what I mean? Women are emotional, right? And you know, especially with my tribal code of conduct. And I mean, I've done a video about Pulaku in the past. You're basically taught to be stoic and not show any emotion. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, um, like I run with that. You know what I mean? I run with that to the fullest. So you'll never see me like step out and be emotional. You'll only see me like, for example, if a Western woman tries to snap, or if anybody tries to snap at me, then I'm gonna return that energy, but it's still not gonna be me getting out of my zone in order to return that energy, my stoic zone.
when was the last time you spoken to this man since your breakup?
I haven't, just over a year since that time, but it's since all that has passed, and I felt like I lost him. I moved on, and I got married, but I don't want to be with
You got
him.
married?
Yeah.
Oh crap. So crap, bro. Wow. Wow. Man. I mean, technically, it doesn't really take that long to get married. Okay, it really doesn't, right? But the fact of the matter is, she is married, and that was just a year ago that she was messing with this other guy. I don't know. I think she found a beta male simp to marry and to use the resources that she is looking for. You know, Kevin Samuels is shocked.
You're currently married?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, you know, all I gotta say is that, you know, for it, you know, for the husband's sake, um, go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave. do not stay. If you are the husband, leave right now. Do not stay because it's going to get worse. As a matter of fact, the pity sex that she gives you, she's going to be thinking about that guy. Leave right away. And the thing is, unfortunately, we may go to another video with this. But Jada Pinkett Smith has allowed these women to her tactics and what she's been doing has has made these women even worse. And it's very sad. It's very sad. Because he needs to leave. As soon as he sees this, he has to leave ASAP.
Ma'am, are you trolling me?
No, I'm not.
You broke up. This guy called it out, and and you said you wouldn't got into therapy, and you're married, and you're actively on a platform with 1 million folks actively talking about leaving your husband to get back with your ex.
Because he's high value, and I felt like
the sad thing is that it's amazing how things can change in a year. Hell, it's amazing how things can change in 6 months. You never know. You never know what can happen in those short amount of months. So he was probably working on something. She was impatient. What he was working on finally manifested some fruits. Then, this is what happens. This is what happens. Trust me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's high value, and with even with watching you, it's kind of taboo. My husband is 25 years older than me, and so I would want to be with this other high value man because he's only about 15 years older than me.
So what does that tell you? What does that tell you right away? Now, the issue is not the age. Issue is not the age. Don't worry about the age. The issue is she went for a sugar daddy who was way more established than the guy who, was a work in progress and now is finally established. What happened is she just said, okay, well, forget that guy. He's nothing. He ain't nothing. So I'm gonna get this guy, get married. I can sit on my my butt all day, and then he can just work and work and work and work, So that's what it was about. But now, since the other guy came up, she wants to switch. This is very sad. This is very sad. These black women are very toxic, bro. And I'm just going to straight out and say it. Western black women are some of the most toxic women in the world. I swear to Allah. I swear to Allah. Then comes white women, and then comes Latin women, and then Asian women. But all these Western women are toxic. And they don't even realize they're toxic. They think everything that they're doing now is normal. They've normalized feminism. They normalized being masculine women. They normalized having sloppy ass bodies and not looking after themselves while wanting a nigga like myself who's got a damn 8-pack, broad ass shoulders and stands at 6 feet. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just telling you how it is.
Oh.
And what does your husband do for a living?
He's a pipe fitter. He works at a shipyard.
Mm-hmm. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
I'm a size 4 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he probably makes some good money. You know, he probably is like making good money, skilled labor. Believe it or not, some of these skilled labor jobs, you can make a lot of bread, bro. But of course, the other guy, he probably has something else going on where the image, where she likes the image. You know, he probably has something where the image is good and the image looks like what you see on social media. He probably has that image, the other guy that she's like looking for, right? But believe it or not, though, some of these dudes make cake, bro. I know longshoremen who are millionaires. They took their longshoreman money and bought apartment buildings and did all types of stuff with it. You know, bought houses, flip houses. So and this is something about me too. I'm not like a guy who wants to have an image, you know. I'm the type of guy who is sweatsuits, tennis shoes, basketball shorts, sandals, but still getting the shit done though. You know what I mean? Like that's just me. I don't like to like present that image that all these wicked witches of the West are looking for. Like, I don't like that image. Okay. The only reason why I would wear a suit or wear like some high price fashion is if the occasion called for it, if the occasion meant more money for me. But I just am not into that, you know. I'm just like typical, you know what I mean? Because I know people like that, you know. I actually have a friend, you know, he bought his Rolls Royce Wraith. He bought that thing in some sweatpants and damn white tee, and so that's what I want to do too. When I buy my Wraith or whatever it is I'm gonna buy, I want to buy that thing in basketball shorts and sandals. I don't want these women to like look at me. You know what I mean? It's just the bottom line.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, you were with a previously high value man who was 15 years older than you.
Yes.
And you kind of ruined that relationship, ran in the ditch. He suggested therapy. And you came in saying you went and got therapy, but also in that course of time, you moved on and you got married to a man who's 25 years older than you.
Yes.
And the reason you want to break your covenant with God and wreck your home of the pipe fitter guy is because the previous guy was higher value, meaning he earns more money.
Yeah, and his social status, how he looks.
What state do you live in?
Hypergamy. Telling you, bro. Telling you. She says social status. So this is the thing that I need to get across to my general audience. A woman, look, if a woman can have her cake and eat it too, it would be social media posts, being on vacations or at all these exotic places, dressing up, dressing up in, like, let's just say, high price fashion, going to these expensive restaurants and things like that, and basically mingling with the big wigs. You know, that would be her that basically would be what a woman wants, you know? And so in one thing, here's the thing, and I'm about to say something. I don't really subscribe to Kevin Samuels' idea of high value man. I don't subscribe to it, okay? The money part I subscribe to. The rest of it I don't subscribe to. Because I know a high value man right now. You wouldn't think he's a high value man, but shout outs to him because he really taught me how to hustle. But my friend's father came from Guinea. He's an immigrant from Guinea-Conakry. Every single day, and even to this day, he would wake up, he would sell his merchandise, okay? He would be buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, to a point where he has many homes back in Guinea-Conakry, and he helps many families back in Guinea-Conakry. But you wouldn't know it from how he carries himself, how he walks around, and even by the clothes he wears. But that's high value, though, because he's providing for others. You know, he has stuff to go back to. You know what I mean? So I don't really subscribe to Kevin Samuels' definition of high value man. But these women have been taken so much by it that even these basic looking women think that they deserve high value men.
Virginia.
Which part? DMV?
Yeah, you could say.
Hold on just a second. Just a second. So, you live in Virginia. the first guy do for a living? What does the first guy do for a living? The higher status guy.
He's like IT, some cyber security. He has his own business.
So I want you to ask yourself a question. What does it say about?
So that's what he was working on. That's what he was working on the whole time. It's like, coding and stuff like that, that takes a lot of work. It doesn't just happen like overnight. Those kind of things, those kind of processes, Like, that's it, But you have to also, you also have to look at women who have no problem in basically being home wreckers. Now a Western woman doesn't even give a crap if she's a home wrecker, married or not. You know what I mean? I think, as a matter of fact, I don't know how true it is, but I think that Shaq's wife, that at the time when Shaq was on the Lakers, I heard that she actually was engaged to another guy before she met Shaq, and then Shaq came along, and she she chose up. So it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's really to be expected, because she said his social status and also his looks as well.
What do you think it would say to that man about a woman who willingly got married to an older man, and she was willing to leave her husband for the shot at getting back with him? What do you think that would say to him?
That she's determined and she knows what she wants. So it would be willing.
Well, hypothetically speaking, let's say I was the IT guy and this woman is married, and she comes to me, she comes to me and she says, you know what, I'm wrong, I made mistakes, I want to be with you now, but the problem is I'm married. What that would say to me is that, okay, if she's going to do it to this guy, she'll definitely do it to me. I can't think I can't think of myself as being excluded from this woman's treachery. So as soon as the opportunity presents itself and better comes along, then I will be in the same situation as her husband, basically. That's what it would say to me.
To give up something to get, I feel like, something greater. And I honestly know that being with my husband now, it was to say, yeah, I'm still a decent woman, and men do want me, but I wanted to pick.
Well, it was just a cake off of your husband. That's what it was for. That's what it came down to.
The right one that's able to do something for me, and I always wanted older men because of.
So your current husband ain't doing nothing for you?
That feeling.
So if we switch this situation, and it was a man who would ruin this situation with a woman, and he decided to get the therapy that he needed and get married to another woman, but then he would be willing to leave his current wife to get back with the previous woman, what would the world say about that man?
It would say that this woman he got back with is the one he always wanted.
Well, I think she's living in her own delusional world, because the thing is that as guys, we're always going to be under a microscope. And so our actions are always going to be scrutinized. So if we if we decided, like, if I decided that, I fell out with a woman, I married another woman, but deep inside I want to marry but deep inside I want my ex back, then I would be scrutinized and drugged through the dirt. But because of movies and things like that, women think that they're allowed to do this. And women like her think that, a guy is allowed to do this without getting scrutiny.
She belongs to the streets.
I just felt like not even being ready. I'm just glad he told me.
How old are you again, ma'am?
I'm 27.
Are you from this country?
Yes.
You have any siblings?
Yes.
How many?
I have 3, and I'm the youngest.
Any sisters?
Yes, 1 sister.
Is she married?
Yes.
What did she say about it?
I don't talk to my sister.
What would your father say about it?
My father, he was against me marrying.
No. What does your father say about you talking about leaving your husband to go back to your ex-boyfriend?
Well, he said that my husband gave me a home, and that a young man won't do that, and I should appreciate that because he gave me a home. He bought me a home.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and be honest with you, ma'am. I've heard some pretty.
She said he bought me a home. So she said that he bought her a home. So in essence, that means that he went above and beyond, for this woman. And it's not being reciprocated at all. He actually, now I don't know how true it is, but yes, she said that he bought her a home. That's what she said.
Interesting things in a year and a half of doing this show. But you probably have to be probably the worst woman I've ever spoken to.
What? Wow.
Yeah, I agree. The other one that was bad too was the woman who actually she was cheating, riding the cock carousel. He cheats once. She takes revenge by having a kid by his best friend. But this one is pretty close to that.
Yeah. I've heard a woman that actually was going to leave her, but at least she waited for her husband to be in remission before she left him. Now, I was hoping you were trolling, but the more you talk, the more realistic you are. So I honestly hope whoever knows this woman's husband, make sure he watches this video.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's horrible. He has to watch it.
Modern women, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. And again, this just goes to show you like the conniving games that these women will play. Now, I want to segue a little bit, and I'm not going to mention, I'm not going to say them by names, but the perfect example of like modern women is that woman that we just saw, right? But also women, a group of women who basically used, for those of you guys who rock with me, you know what I'm about to say probably. Uh, you know, they used one woman by the name of Velvet Marquez to scheme, to scam, and to basically deceive and do all types of horrible things. And it just, and again, I just mentioned this because it just shows the conniving and the evil nature of modern women. You know what I mean? It just shows that when women don't have anything going on for themselves, when women are can't get men, when women can't do certain things and they're not happy, they have to make other people unhappy too. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, man, it again, it just goes to show you that, you know, don't waste your time with these women, and they're not going to get it. You know, they're not going to get it. Time and time again, after seeing their mistakes, after seeing what they're, you know, where they're coming up short at, they're just really not going to get it. You know, they're not. You know, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to be loud and clear and say this, that I do agree that men do certain things and stuff like that, but at the same time, the women are participating. You know, nobody is asking you to ride cock carousels. Nobody is asking you to do these things, but they just do it anyway. Nobody is asking you to use guys for money, but you guys do it anyway. Okay? Nobody is asking you to, or telling you to use guys for their resources and string these guys along. You guys just do it. But with that being said, man, you know, her husband has to see that video so he can leave ASAP, you know, to save himself the trouble. Because that marriage is not going to be happy, point blank, period. But anyhow, man, Fool is signing out. Jot on.